soak up into that. And I think my camera just told me that I need to stop anyway because I'm running out of room. I'm going to stop right there. I'm freezing out here, and it's not getting any better even with the space heater 2 feet from me. So, bye. Alright, we've let the WD sit for a little bit. I'm going to continue disassembling. The next thing that I want to take out is the center post. I'm sure it has a technical name, but center post will do. Oh my god. Well, now that I've gotten the old grease wet with the WD-40, you can see, you know, just how black and nasty that is. This we're going to put right next to the spool, since that was the last piece that I took out. And that'll help me remember what order they go back in. Oh man, I was afraid of that. With the lack of care that this reel showed, I was worried about the integrity of the teeth here. They're not terrible. Let me see if I can get this where you guys can see it. But right in the middle of each and every single one of those, it's worn. I need a brush to clean that, so I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm going to do my best to get that crud out. This piece, you push. I should show you what I'm doing. I apologize. This piece you're just going to simply push that way and then pull it out. And then that'll free that up to where we can clean that. Oh my god, that's nasty. That's the growth. Alright, but this gives me a chance to check it, top and bottom, inside out. Make sure that it's okay. Ew. Yeah, that's not good. I'm going to need a wire brush to clean that probably too. Cool. So now that those are out of the way, we can get a good look down there, and I'm sure you can see the globby black crud. Right there, you can see it real good there. And all that, of course, needs to come out, which is, again, why you spray it with the WD, because it will soften all that up and make it pliable enough to move. It's coming out in big black boogers. So that may have been lubrication 40 years ago. I think the reel's cracked. Yep. Okay. This is probably a fatal crack right there. Alright, well, I'm definitely going to stop the video here. I am just too disgusted to finish. Sorry, guys. Talk to you later. I think it's recording. You guys don't need to see the top half of my head. Where we left off the other day, I was out here in the garage freezing to death because of the polar vortex. I apologize in advance. I am trying to speak over the volume of a space heater, because my garage is not heated, so whatever temperature it is outside, it's also the temperature that it is in here. Makes it about 17, 18 degrees. Where I left this last time was with the 404 that I found a critical failure on. And I think, let me get this up by the camera here. Oop, wrong side, there we go. See that little ugly little patch right there? I have fixed it. My years of experience and redneck ability have led me to use some of that. Work like a charm. So that piece is now repaired. Where I left us, I didn't finish cleaning it since I found that break. Because it's cold out here, I let that glue dry for days. It's just your basic shop rag, by the way, nothing special at all. And we have some dawn. Now what we're going to do with that, we're going to spray the end of this thing thusly. We're going to let it sit for just a minute. And then this doodad, which is the center post, as you can see, it is also disgusting. Disgusting! We are also going to spray the dickens out of that and let that sit. The rest of it was honestly pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of the line off of it. And we're going to put on some line today. I'll show you how to do that. We are going to use 3D. I need to quit throwing stuff at my camera before I break it. We're going to use some of that. 15-pound test is what it would have left the factory with. I know that's not the right brand, but it's what I got, so that's what I'm going to use. And we will employ the services of a basic cleaning brush. These are nylon. You don't want to use one of the metal ones because you might accidentally damage something that might be important later. Let's see how good that Dawn dish soap did. Well, you can already see by my knuckle the crud coming out. That's a good sign. I'm going to warm my hands up. Back to scrubbing. Back to scrubbing, lackey. I'm hoping that dish soap does what it says it does and cuts grease, because I'm assuming that's what all the black crud is. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before. Ask my wife, she'll tell you all about it. That's her favorite thing in the universe to do, is tell people how I'm wrong. Okay. It's actually doing a pretty good job. We're going to spray that one down a little bit and let it sit, marinate in its own juices. Let's check this one, if I can hang on to it. I want to get all that black crud that I can out of the teeth on that little gear there, so I can check it out. It looks okay, but okay isn't good enough. I need to see it. It's one of those seeing is believing kind of things. I'd like to believe that it's a-okay, but until I can get down there and see into those little teeth, it just isn't good enough. And there is some wear, probably because somebody at some point got sand up in this, but I don't think it's going to be a big problem. It doesn't look terrible. Okay. My phone that I'm recording on is freaking out about storage, so we're going to go pretty quick. The dish detergent did a fantastic job of cleaning these pieces. Look at that. There is some wear on the gear here, but I don't foresee it being that big of an issue. So we're going to really quickly assemble this after I lubricate the bottom. Same lube I've been using. Big old chunk of that. Wherever my lube applicator went, we will use a screwdriver. Okay, now you don't want to put on a whole bunch, because you still got to get your pieces in there, but you want to coat where metal's going to touch metal. Done. Okay. That only goes on one way. This has to sit inside of that. There's a little hole there for it. And I knew I did that backwards as I was doing it. This one goes in first. Right there, just like that. And then this one goes in, and like I said, remember, it's got to sit inside of that. Beautiful. Now we put more lube in on the gear. Scrapey, 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 scrapey. That is more lube than you'll ever need. But speed is of the essence, because I don't know how long a gigabyte will record me. Now we're not permanently going to reattach the handle, we're just going to turn it a few times to distribute the lubrication. Anti-reverse still doesn't work. Okay, let's take a good look here. Why you no worky? Alright, I'll tinker with that off camera. Cold out here. Okay, there wasn't actually anything wrong with the anti-reverse. I didn't work the old mechanism loose enough before I put it back together. I've worked it and worked it and worked it. It is loosened up, and now she works. Forward. See that little arm right there on the side? That's what it's supposed to do. That's normal, that's right. And then when you flip the switch, this switch here, it pushes up against that and doesn't let it close. So here I'll do it again. Ba-doop. So, yay, nothing wrong. And while I was off camera, I fit this piece that I super glued back into the base. It does fit, so yay. We're on a roll. So we are going to throw another little dab of lube on that. Little dabble do you, right there. And we're gonna keep taking the crank off even though I'm not done with it because I'm an idiot. Happens when you're trying to do stuff quickly. Work that all up into those gears. Yes. And we want a little tiny bit down here on this bottom sprocket, just like that. And you can use anything you want to spread the lube around, doesn't matter. Sweet. That's ready to go. The bottom of the reel that I cleaned looks brand new. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Not to brag or nothing, but I'm good at cleaning stuff, you know what I'm saying? Just don't ask my wife, she'll tell you completely different. Your little handle goes there, your anti-reverse goes there, and when it sits in your drag, it comes out the front. And like I said, I checked it. It does work. And my patch job seems to not interfere with anything mechanism-wise. Next step is putting our handle back on, just like that. Okay. Righty-tighty. Righty-tighty. Now, of course, you don't want to horse that down. Just snug is good enough. There we go, just like that. Victory! Next piece that goes in is this. This is the spool that your line goes on. The teeth go down because that's how your drag works. And I'll show you that down here at the very, very bottom. Let's see if I can get, there you go, right there where my finger is. That little lever is your drag. It pushes up against your reel. So you want to get it in there and you want to wiggle it. And it should snap right down just like that. Next piece is the top cover. It is a D slot, which you can see it's shaped like the letter D. And coincidentally, so is that. Now if I've lubricated this correctly, and I did, there will be a little bit of lube right there on those threads. Keep water out and keep them from rusting, that kind of thing. And then your lid will only line up one way, which is just like that, and it'll pop on. I forgot a piece. I forgot the notorious, the awful, the insidious C-clamp. Let me get the oil off of it. It's my least favorite part of any reel. It really is. I have lost dozens through the years, because if you don't do it just right, they'll shoot off. But there's a little plastic groove that it goes down into. Let me see if I can get that where you can see it. And then you just push it in. Screwdriver is your best tool. Now I always do it under a rag or something, just like this, like what you're seeing me do. Just in case it should pop off and go flying, I'm not going to lose it. And you'll hear it click just like that. C-clamp is on. Booyah! I do believe that this is the fastest I've ever reassembled a reel, due to the fact that my phone is already complaining to me about storage space.